In modern pop culture and Western art, angels are almost universally depicted as beautiful, serene human-like beings with glowing white wings and peaceful expressions. This imagery is a product of Renaissance and medieval paintings. It's the ultimate symbol of quiet peace, deeply entrenched in how we visualize the divine. But the original Hebrew scriptures present a different reality. Every time an angel appears to a human in the Bible, their very first words must be, "Do not be afraid." That mandatory reassurance was necessary because authentic encounters with these entities were described as deeply unsettling, chaotic, and terrifying. The true physical forms of these beings lie outside human comprehension, resembling supernatural anomalies rather than holy humans. To understand what humanity was actually terrified of, we have to look back at the earliest descriptions. At the top of the hierarchy are the Seraphim. In modern Western art, the universal depiction of an angel is a being of serene beauty. We expect glowing white wings, soft expressions, and a human form that offers immediate comfort. But the original scriptures tell a different story. In the Bible, whenever one of these entities appears, their very first words are a mandatory reassurance: do not be afraid. That image of the holy human is a later artistic development. The peaceful figures found in Renaissance and medieval paintings are a departure from the ancient descriptions. The Hebrew scriptures describe encounters with the celestial that are not peaceful, but chaotic. They detail entities that exist entirely outside the bounds of human comprehension. To look at the original texts is to realize that these beings were never meant to look like us. They were described as supernatural anomalies, presenting a version of the divine that is incomprehensibly alien. At the highest orders of the hierarchy sit the Seraphim. While they possess wings, their anatomy serves a function far beyond flight. Isaiah describes them having 6 wings. Only 2 are used to hover and fly. The other 4 act as a shield. 2 cover the face to block God's blinding glory, and 2 cover the feet as a gesture of humility. Described as the burning ones, they are towering figures of literal fire. Their voices are so powerful, the vibration alone shakes the foundations of reality. To stand before a seraph is to face a blinding, acoustic force that is as overwhelming as it is holy. While modern culture depicts cherubs as chubby winged infants, the biblical cherubim were terrifying guardians of sacred ground. These were the beings stationed at the edge of Eden, armed with flaming swords to prevent any human return. Their anatomy is a hybrid of 4 faces: a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. Each looks in a different direction, seeing everything at once. They do not need to turn their bodies to change direction. Ezekiel describes them moving with the unpredictable speed of a lightning bolt. Every inch of their forms, including their backs, wings, and hands, is studded with thousands of unblinking, human-like eyes. Because they see in every direction simultaneously through thousands of unblinking eyes, there is no place to hide from their gaze. To encounter a cherub is to realize you are being watched from every possible angle at once. The Ophanim represent the most extreme departure from biological classification. Known as the wheels, they defy all human expectations of a living being. An ophan is a structure of 2 interlocking wheels, literally a wheel inside a wheel. They are crafted from a glowing green precious stone. They have no flesh and no wings. Instead, they move by rotating in multiple directions and shifting through dimensions, guarding the chariot of God. The rims of these massive wheels are covered in thousands of glowing eyes. The ancient text specifies that the spirit of the living creature resides within these wheels, suggesting they are fully conscious. The Ophanim demonstrate the divine realm was described not through biological life, but through a conscious, interlocking geometry operating completely outside human anatomy. How did we lose these images? How did interlocking wheels of fire become humans with feathery wings? Centuries later, Christian artists faced an aesthetic impasse. Attempting to paint the literal, multi-faced descriptions of the prophets was more likely to confuse or repel churchgoers than to inspire their devotion. To make these entities approachable, artists looked to pagan antiquity. They adopted the visual style of the Greek goddess Nike, the winged victory. By grafting large wings onto a familiar human torso, they replaced the unsettling descriptions of the Bible with a form that was comforting and recognizable. This visual shorthand was adopted by the Church and reinforced over the centuries, eventually becoming the only way we imagine angels today. In making these beings look like us, we erased the scale of the original texts. We swapped entities that shake the foundations of temples for figures that sit peacefully in fields. Authentic biblical angels were never meant to be comforting. They were described as powers so fundamentally alien to the human experience that the only possible response was a command to stop trembling. In the original Hebrew, their name literally translates to the burning ones or fiery serpents. Instead of using wings for flight, their anatomy serves a specific spiritual function. 2 wings cover their faces from the blinding glory of God's presence, and 2 cover their feet as a symbol of modesty and humility. They appear as towering figures of literal, blinding fire, existing in a constant state of motion around the divine throne. They cry out holy verses so loudly that the literal foundations of reality shake from the sheer acoustic vibrations of their voices. While modern culture depicts cherubs as cute, chubby babies, the actual biblical cherubim are fierce, intimidating hybrid guardians of sacred spaces. This engraving illustrates Ezekiel's account. A single cherub possesses 4 distinct faces looking in different directions simultaneously: a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle. Furthermore, their entire physical forms are completely covered in thousands of unblinking eyes. They move with the unpredictable speed of lightning bolts, shifting positions instantly without needing to turn their bodies. These entities function as a sentient, inescapable divine surveillance system. The most bizarre entities are the Ophanim, guardians of the divine chariot. As seen in the lower left, they are massive interlocking wheels, a wheel inside a wheel, made from glowing green stone. Their outer rims are studded with thousands of staring eyes. They do not possess flesh or traditional bodies. Instead, they move by shifting dimensions and rotating in multiple directions at the same time. The original text explicitly states that the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. These mechanical cosmic structures are fully alive and sentient. This leaves a clear historical disconnect. How did Western culture transition from multidimensional, eye-covered cosmic wheels to comforting humans with wings? Early Christian artists found it impossible to paint wheels filled with eyes or 4-faced entities without terrifying the public and alienating churchgoers. To make the divine approachable, they adapted the visual style of the Greek goddess Nike, the winged victory, and applied it to the biblical angels. This visual adaptation was so successful that it replaced the multi-faced entities in the collective imagination, creating the pop culture angel we know today. By sanitizing angels to look like us, the divine became approachable and comforting, but it erased a universe of otherworldly power that demands we recognize the thin line between awe and absolute terror.